Let's turn our focus now to the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. We've been joined on Sunrise Daily by Ohideve Roy, an ex-military officer and a chartered mediator. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on the show.
Thank you very much.
Today's your day. I mean, like, you should be, delighted that the government at least recognizes the efforts of our fallen heroes and trying to see that the armed forces itself works as a formidable unit to defend the integrity of our nation. But how well do you think they've performed?
Well, thank you very much. And today is our day. Yeah, it has been a repeated slogan for donkey years now. Now, the Armed Forces Remembrance Day it's a ceremony, okay? But we fear something, okay? My fears is that we have the morale of troops in combat right now. This morale is also affected by the morale of troops in retirement, who are the veterans, the families of the fallen heroes who are being recognized today. Their families are known. They grew up with us in the barracks. We know the wives, we know the children. So we are concerned about the morale of troops in combat against what they see happening to veterans and the fallen heroes' families.
How do you think, what exactly do you mean? Are you saying that the treatment meted out to the veterans would affect them negatively? Is that what you're implying?
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, look at somebody in the university. Most of the undergraduates you have right now, especially those that go into crime, those that go into fraud. In my profession as a security practitioner, I have done interviews. I've seen that some criminals that are undergraduates, they tell you, sir, there's no job outside. They see a graduate graduating from the university not getting jobs. So they are already looking for money while being undergraduates. So imagine a soldier that is ready to lay down his life for his country, and he looks at his wife, looks at his children, the bugle is being blown, he's going to battle, and he knows that his neighbor that died, the wife was left in that disarray. Is it not going to affect his morale? That is my only concern. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm bothered. Because if we are looking at a formidable army to hold this country together, which especially all of these issues discussed this morning have shown that we need a formidable army, then what do we concern ourselves with the families of these fallen heroes we recognize every January 15th?
Indeed.
Then those that can speak but are sick, those that are bedridden, that these ones know, some of the children of these veterans and the late ones, they are in the force too, fighting now. You know, so many senior officers too, they are, I think General Olusegun Obasanjo retired, some of them, their children are also in the army. Now, what do you think will happen to the morale?
So, in the last decades that this ceremony has been happening, are you saying that it's just been rhetorics, no action?
Rhetorics, no action. Let me tell you something. Action should be directed to curb grievances. When you take action directed at giving you acclaimed appraisers on an office, it does not curb grievances. But the irony of it is that you are also coming into that category. As a serving officer, you are retiring into that category. That is why we should also concern ourselves with army representatives, military representatives that are also aiming to go into politics, because that helps them to shoulder and buffer the financial challenges they will get into. Because when they go into politics, they have another office. Because if they don't get into politics, there is no medical that can take care of the particular ailment they should expect at that age, like high blood pressure, arthritis, liver, and all that.
Is that why we have so many ex-military men in the political space right now?
It's a trend. It's a trend because when you are leaving the military, either Navy, Army, or the Air Force, I don't want to go into other arms, you will already begin to look for a buffer. Why? There is no bed of roses to shoulder you against the sacrifices you have made.
But that's not what the law says. There's a military pensions board, and there's supposed to be a plan to take care of the military men when they come out. So is it that this established organizations or agencies of government are not functioning as they should?
We are in discussion. Last year, I think we had the opportunity to sit down with Madam Mokwe at Abuja. I was with her. She was flying the emblem, and we were talking about this. We have written to the Military Pension Board. When I say we, some people came on board to identify that when ex-servicemen want to protest, it is an embarrassment. Embarrassment to the country, embarrassment to the service. When you see them tattered, looking haggard, some of them even collapse while they are protesting, you know. So those that are affluent, those that could have jobs, those that could make out a living for themselves, we felt that we would form a coalition. Okay, we have a body registered with the Military Pension Board called Remembrance, Retired Members of Nigerian Forces. Then we also discovered that the Army, the Navy, the Air Force had their own retired bodies too. We said no. We now formed the CCV, which is the Coalition of Concerned Vets. If you notice that embarrassment of Army Day protests of retirees in haggard-looking tattered bodies, don't happen so much like before. Why? We curb it. We use the media, we use all the platforms to curb it because we don't want that embarrassment. So now, when we can code it in, we now prefer intelligent approaches. We have gone to the Military Pension Board. They have followed us around this country to visit these ailing vets. Recently, when I say recently, I'm looking at 2-3 years back, effort has been made. Effort has been made to give an NHIS card to military veterans. That NHIS card, you go to the hospital, it can only treat malaria. It can't get you medication for your high blood pressure, for arthritis, limb ailments, you know, the kind of hazardous jobs these elderly people come out to at the age of 45, 46. Now, there's other combo ID card that was also given. The combo ID card was the idea of the last pension board chairman, and that AVM Dabo was an excellent man. In fact, the whole retirees could attest to that the last pension board chairman was an excellent man. Now, if you look at the combo card, it's supposed to activate your pension on the card with a 10% discount on anywhere you go for purchase. Bright idea. Right now, the combo card has not even gone round to everybody. It has not even been activated. So you could just see a lot of demands that have been thrown before them that could not come to the light of day. That is not even the pain of the veterans. The pain of the veterans lies within grievances of misappropriation of funds meant for them. There's a 33% that was removed from the pension benefit arrears after the last increment. There is another 53% that is supposed to be accepted as the present format, which is not even flying right now. So the increment by government does not interpret to what gets into the account monthly to the veterans. And that is what they are just asking for. We are just asking for. Give us the appropriate so that we will look like able and good examples to those that are bearing arms right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll just take a moment or two, and we'll be back after these messages so you can continue on your line of thinking. Join us again.